to get there, or to be actually able to practice that.
Yes.
It's the consistency that it demands.
It's creating a habit.
Yeah, it's creating
a habit, and a habit is a muscle.
It's a
We
muscle.
will never create a habit if we don't work that muscle. And if we start using it, we lose that habit, right? Awareness, mindfulness, presence is a habit.
Yes, yes, yes. So how does your work, is different from the talk therapy?
Right. I think that's a really important description. My work is different from talk therapy because we talk of the things that are relevant to us in that moment. We go deep into our past, into our present, into our future. But we actually are not sitting in chairs. We're actually usually on the floor with pillows, and we are feeling into our body as we move through the session. So a common session with me would look like something as a check-in to see how we're doing, where we're coming from after our first session, which is more of an intake. And then we move onto the floor to be able to move within our bodies and allow ourselves to feel. Because the practice is to allow ourselves to tap into our bodies to see how we're feeling. And we connect with our bodies through breath, through movement, to come to this full awareness of what's really happening here.
Yeah.
What's actually happening. And, let's break free of these limiting beliefs. And this is where the mindset shift happens. We begin to shift our limiting beliefs into presence, into awareness, becoming people who are more awakened. And when we are more present, we are better humans. We are better mothers. We are better teachers. We are just better at what we do.
Yeah.
Because we present ourselves with authenticity.
Yes, beautiful. Achha, so okay, so let's go into a little direction of uh, how can we explain healing? Like there's a lot of buzz around this word and trauma and healing, and there's I feel like a trending thing that people are trying to understand. I feel like, and there's an awareness building to it. So how would you explain in a simple way, in a layman way, that they can understand, they don't think it's too bigger work or too much to do.
Right.
So what would that be? Like, how would you say you can do healing? It will take some work, of course, but what would that work mean?
Right. So I think healing is anything and everything, whether an experience, an encounter, a practice that brings meaning into our life. Healing is, in my opinion and in my view, inextricably related with meaning making, right? So healing can look like so many things. It can look like going to therapy. It can look like exercising. It can look like changing the way that we eat. It can look like doing some sort of movement. There are so many practices, especially coming from ancient wisdom, right? And what modern research tells us is that the one thing all of these practices have in common is that it allows us to make meaning of whatever we are going through. So to me, when you ask me about healing, what healing is, it's really about being able to be with what we are and who we are without being judged. And that is why the space between a therapist and his or her client, or a teacher and his or her student, is of pivotal importance. The way that I view you, this interpersonal space that we have between you and me, is what's going to fuel that transformation.
Yeah, beautiful. Yes. So how did you come, Gabriella, to this?
How did I come into this? So, I think I mentioned this in the beginning. I have been a student of the world, and I have this unquenchable thirst to learn and know, and again, bridge cultures and bridge languages and understand concepts that have seemingly nothing to do with each other, but that have so much in common. And I started with my journey of going to therapy when I was very young. I was an adolescent having all sorts of adolescence issues. And when I found that I had, in my early, late